Hello, Warren here again.
And Landon.
With the Peach State Prime Transformers channel. And today we're taking a look at another Transformers Cyberworld toy. And that is...
Ultimate Cyber Changer Megatron.
Right, Ultimate Cyber Changers Megatron. And, of course, there's, a couple homages that... this figure pays tribute to. And, of course, it's a retool of a previous figure. And so we're going to take an in-depth look at it and see if it's worth adding to your collection. Alright, so we have Ultimate Cyber Changers Megatron in robot mode. As I said, this is a retool of a Hound figure from the last night that was put out at mass retail. This, of course, is a Walmart exclusive at the moment with the deco that pays tribute to a previous Megatron toy. We'll talk about that in a minute. But, with this being a retool of Hound from the last night, a lot of the molded details, including these grenades up here, these bullets, the leg details, all the way to the back here. You have these, kind of fans and details here. So those are all, and of course you got these missiles and bullets here, last night Hound is, armed to the teeth. So, but I feel this works for Megatron. Megatron is a big, beefy bad guy character. So I think that works rather well. This figure itself, now of course the Cyberworld show, again, free on YouTube. Go watch it if you haven't. It's a fun little show, comprised of several different shorts. This particular Megatron, now the Megatron in the show is a bull.
As seen in the Galvatron video.
Yep, as seen in the Galvatron review video we did, and the Scorponok review video, I believe. But this particular incarnation of Megatron has not appeared in the show. And I don't know if he's going to be a toy-only character or not. It wouldn't surprise me if he's going to be. So again, I think this is a nice, beefy Megatron. I know some people have made jokes about him having kind of a pot belly here. But, I don't think it's that bad. At least not as bad as some people made it seem. Landon, before we show some comparisons, what do you think of this figure?
I think it's a pretty cool toy. I want to show something on the bottom of the feet.
Okay.
So, this will show in alt mode, but he has like little rocket launchers down here.
Well, that's neat. Yeah. Or even boosters, like the fly. That's pretty neat. So, if you haven't guessed it already, this green and purple camo paint job is, of course, an homage to, well, that kind of towered, but G2 Megatron. G2 Megatron, of course, almost every Megatron that's a tank or tank-like vehicle anymore gets repainted eventually into, again, the green and purple camo aesthetic that you see here in G2 Megatron. G2 Megatron, of course, being the Megatron that started the whole tank, alt mode for Megatron. So you can kind of see, again, most of these design cues are going to be from that original Hound toy. However, if you take a look beyond the paint job and look at the head sculpt, of course, G2 Megatron's head sculpt is based on the animation model for G1 Megatron. But, it's not super purple on the Cyberworld toy. But you still kind of see the influence a little bit there. Just being that big kind of show, classic show accurate Megatron head there. So let's go ahead. We're going to look at the transformation of this figure. And again, I love simple transformations. And Cyberworld is full of them. So, Landon, would you like to show us how it transforms?
Sure.
Or before you do that, anything else you want to say about the robot mode?
Nah.
Okay.
So, we'll go ahead and take off his accessories. And
so we have a little bit of parts forming here, but it's not too bad.
Forget how this goes together.
Here, you want me to look at it?
Yeah. Well, he's doing that.
Okay. And what it does, it's just right here. It's on a hinge.
Okay. Then do this real quick, and then I'll show the main transformation. First, you want to push that up, and then that shows a car. And then where this whole box thing comes in is these little purple things on the back. You put these little those little holes into the pegs. Then put the blaster on top, and then he's done. And this is the bottom of his foot.
Yep. So very cool. So like Landon was saying, you know, these look like missile launchers. So he's more of like an armored truck. Again, kind of like Hound was in The Last Knight. Rather than a tank that's turned around. But this nice big gun, you know, kind of harkens back to that. And he's still this very cool military vehicle with lots of firepower. And again, you got, you know, you don't really have a windshield here, but, you know, you can still see all that weaponry. And again, Megatron's always known for having a big gun or cannon. So for comparison here, instead of using the original G2 Megatron, we're going to look at the Selects Generation 2 Megatron, since it scales a little bit better. Of course, this is the Siege / Earthrise mode that's been used, 25 times? But, you know, looks good as G2 Megatron. As I said, about every tank or military vehicle that's Megatron will eventually get this paint scheme. But again, you see those influences from, you know, the G2 Megatron in both of them, but you know, this does a good job pulling off what the original did. So, you know, you don't have quite as many purple splotches on this Ultimate Cyber Changers, but it's still just a nice toy. I mean, yes, you can tell these are legs, but I mean, that's the back of the head, but you can't see the face, so still like that. Unlike this one, you actually can. So, I actually give extra brownie points to the Cyberworld Ultimate Cyber Changers Megatron here. So, I think it's a nice toy. Landon, anything else you'd like to show off in vehicle mode here?
No.
Nope.
Well, you can put, like, stuff in that back little area.
Yeah, you could put... I guess you could even put other Cyberworld figures here. We don't have any down in my room right now.
I can go grab one.
But... you know, you could put one there, you know, to hitch a ride, you know, actually to, there's one of the Thundercracker PVC toy. You know, you could act like he's actually firing the gun on the back there. Any, you know, Cyberworld Deluxe or Standard Class toy. So, or even some of your smaller, you know, Generations figures. So, all in all, not that bad, you know. I mean, it's simple, but I think it's effective. Yeah. All right, so that is Transformers Cyberworld Ultimate Cyber Changers Megatron. Yeah. Landon, what are your overall thoughts on this figure?
I think it's a really fun, detailed toy.
Yep. And I would have to agree. You know, no, this isn't something akin to, again, Generations or, you know, Studio Series. But, you know, it is a very effective use of kind of an obscure mold to bring into the kind of the mainstream line here. So I do like it for that. You know, honestly, I don't know what other character I would have made it unless something original, or if they were bringing Hound into Cyberworld. You know, more akin to this version of Hound rather than G1 Hound. But, you know, I know, again, a lot of people are poking fun at, you know, kind of the belly on the figure that Hound had. And it being kind of an oddball figure. But I don't think it deserves all that criticism. I think it's, again, a fun toy for its target audience. And, again, a nice fiddle toy or fidget toy for someone like me just to have on a shelf and pull down and play with. So, highly recommended. Not a bad price either. Believe it's, and again, I'm sorry, I don't have it in front of me, but maybe between between $15 and $20, something around there. And that's a lot of figure for your money, considering what regular deluxes are going for in the more collector focused lines. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, I invite you to give it a like here on YouTube. And of course, leave a comment. You know, what do you think of this toy? What do you think of G2 Megatron homages or homages, yeah, or tributes out there? You know, share your thoughts. Love to hear from you. And of course, subscribe to the Peach State Prime Transformers channel for more videos like this. Reviews, news, discussions, all sorts of fun stuff. And if you are looking for some other just fun videos out there, I do encourage you to check out my original channel, Peach State Prime, where I cover all sorts of good stuff. Travel videos, attractions, events, fun places to eat and shop, and more. You know, you might even consider subscribing there. But anyways, this is going to conclude this video. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a great day, and God bless.